What's up? J Street Moto here, and welcome to the channel. Today, I've got a pretty interesting video for you. At least I think it's interesting. Maybe you will too. I've put together a bunch of items, things that I've gotten over the years as gifts, to show you kind of to give you gift ideas. So if you're a rider, which is probably 90% or more of the people that are watching this channel, at least I hope it is, it might give you ideas of things that you haven't seen yet that you might want to carry on your bike so that you can pass it on to loved ones that want to get you a gift at Christmas. If you're watching this and you have a family member that rides, maybe this gives you an idea of something cool you can get them for Christmas. But that was kind of the whole intent of this episode, was to just give you an idea of some cool stuff that I've got. Very many reviews on them. And one really cool gift that's kind of outside of the beaten path, so to speak, or something you wouldn't necessarily think of for motorcyclists. So in any case, I hope you enjoy. What's up? So, I thought as we're approaching the holiday season, getting ready to get into Christmas, etc., that I would do just kind of a short list of cool gifts that I've gotten through the years that I use, and maybe it is an idea for you. If you're the one that rides, maybe you can give that idea to someone in your family that would be giving you a gift. If you're someone in your life rides and you're looking for something interesting to get them, maybe this will help and give you some ideas. So I'm going to start off first with some of the stuff that I carry in the bike and that I found cool. And I will apologize up front. All of these products get used, so they are carried in the bike pretty consistently, and that means they're not going to be the cleanest. They're going to show some wear and tear. First thing I'm going to start with is this. It's an Avid Power portable pump, and this thing is freaking awesome. The battery can be, the battery's rechargeable. So I normally, like an example, I charged it when we went to California this past summer and never had to recharge it the entire trip. But I think I only used it like maybe once. It's a good way though to check your tire pressure, and at the same time, you can pump the tire up if you need to. So, all you do is turn it on, you select the unit, you select the air pressure that you want, you plug in the connector to your tire, and then you double click the trigger and the pump runs until it reaches the pressure that you're shooting for. So that right there is freaking great, because it gives you, most of us that ride, we're pretty fanatical about ensuring that our air pressure is good. For safety reasons and for tire longevity, quite frankly. And Juan mentioned that in the walk around of his 2020 Street Glide, how he is almost anal retentive about his tire pressure, and that has resulted in him being able to get some pretty decent miles out of the stock tires. Second thing I'm going to talk about is something that Ryan Erlacher from Law Abiding Biker has devoted an entire YouTube episode to. In fact, he's the one where I found these, and these things are it's amazing. For those of us with Harley Davidsons that have stretched bags, that's the key to this. These little pouches here are designed, there's two for each side. They're designed to fit in the bottom and fill in that empty gap in your saddlebag that is, usually wasted space, or where most of us know the one thing we need has fallen down into. This prevents that. And what I do, right now they're empty because I'm not going on a trip, but what I do is when I'm getting ready to go on a trip, I know I've got certain things that I load in each one of these on both sides of the bag. So effectively all of my tools, I used to have a Green Army tool bag that I would throw in the saddlebag that had everything in it that I would need. Now I've eliminated that bag and instead have filled up dead space with everything I would carry in that bag, and that has made packing way easier. So it was a really cool idea. I don't know who came up with it. This This particular set came from Innovative Storage Solutions. I know you can buy them there directly, and I think there is a link to buy them from Law Abiding Biker, or I don't know if they're reselling these or if they have their own brand, don't know. But both of them are very similar products, so get them either place. And I will try my best to put links in the description for all of this stuff so that it's easy for you to find it. At least for all of the stuff we're talking about right now. Real quick, if you're digging the channel, please subscribe to it and click that notification bell so you know when new content's coming out. There are going to be some changes coming to the channel really soon that I think are going to be interesting to a lot of people, but we'll talk about that more later. Meaning in later videos, not later in this video. If you like this video, if you like any of my videos, like them. That helps me. It helps get my content in front of more people, the way the YouTube magical algorithm works. It helps me get out to the community more. And that's really why I'm doing this. I'm doing it just to reach out to the community and hopefully contribute something that people like. Moving on. You heard me mention at least on one of our videos from the trip to California, that we all had the Airhawk additional touring cushion, and that's what this guy is. There is a zipper, and inside of it is a bladder that you can fill up with air. And then as you're riding down the road, you can release air. It basically gives you the ability to consistently and constantly, if you want to, adjust where the pressure is hitting your rear end. That's the best way to put it. This thing it's honestly a game changer. I couldn't believe the difference that it made. David was the first one of us to get one, and he used it in our Saddle Sore 1000. And I sat on his bike with that cushion on it. It was just like, as soon as I came home, I'm like, oh, I've got to get one of these. But it affixes, they sell them in different sizes, so they'll fit pretty much any bike. It affixes around the seat. So it straps around the seat so it holds itself in place. And, then you just put what air you want in it, etc. Next thing is this guy. It's an iClever. And really, this particular brand, I'm not going to speak about. I mean, it's done awesome for me. I've never had any issues with it. But they make there's several manufacturers out there making these kind of, what I'll call them as jump boxes. So basically, this is a battery that if it's charged up, and I keep it charged up, I can plug in some connectors and basically jump start my bike or a car. If there's a motorist in need, I'll help them out too. But it gives me a chance to, it gives me something I can use to jump start the bike in case I'm out in the middle of nowhere alone, right? And it doesn't take up much room in the saddlebag. The cables are extremely short and they don't take any room in the saddlebag. So I carry this with me all the time. It's funny, when I got this was a Christmas gift 2 years ago, maybe 3. When I got this gift, my wife actually on the card for the gift said, "This is more for Juan than it is for you." Because at the time, Juan had a much older motorcycle. He was riding a 92 Dyna, I think is what he had. And we could not go anywhere without having to jumpstart that battery. So this was really more for Juan, but I've carried it with me. It is an excellent tool to have. So from a motorcycle perspective, these 4 things here have been probably the most useful and interesting things that I've gotten. I've gotten other stuff for the bike, of course, the Ditrio LED kit, which was mentioned in the walk around, and there's a link there. That's pretty cool. The accessories that you add to the bike are always pretty cool. I mean, we're motorcyclists, especially Harley guys. We love parts. We just love parts. But these are some of the things that, some people might not think of that I've gotten over the years that I really, really, really have gotten a lot of use out of and find very useful. So there you go, there's those. Now let's talk about stuff that is not associated with the bike. Probably one of the coolest gifts that I've gotten. My wife got me last year this Cork Map, and I'm pretty sure she got it on Etsy. Don't know, I might not be able to link any of this stuff that you're getting ready to see now, which is all associated with this map and the legend. I'm pretty sure she got it at Etsy. I don't know. She also bought these little, you can see them right here, these little motorcycle pins. Those I know she got on Etsy. And then a bunch of different like pins and thread that matched the pins. And her idea was, hey, here's a map, here's a bunch of thread that matches these pins, here's some motorcycle pins. This way you can hang something on the wall in our house that lets people at a glance see your craziness in terms of where you ride and what you do. And then she got me a little shadow box to hang beside it, and I make little labels that have like the information about the trip. If we were doing a fundraiser on that trip, who we raised money for, how much money we raised, who went on the trip with me, and then any kind of significant event that might have happened on the trip. Like this trip here. This is our Key West trip, the blue, and back. On that trip is when I hit the buzzard. So on my label for that trip, I say we went through 3 states and 1 buzzard, just to be kind of sarcastic about the fact that I hit a buzzard when I was on the bike. I've chosen to use the motorcycle pins at the destination for each of the trips. So the first California trip, the ultimate end point that we got to, so we didn't make it to the Pacific, was Lake Tahoe. So that's where the motorcycle pin went. This past trip, our destination was actually Napa Valley, so that's where I put the motorcycle pin. And then I put a pin out where we actually hit the Pacific Ocean. When we rode to Sturgis, that was where we stayed, and then we kind of rode around there. And then, of course, there's the Iron Butt that we did, and that started and stopped in the same spot. So there's a motorcycle at home. But this gives people, it's kind of a cool conversation piece. Most of the folks in your life, if you ride, most of the people in your life probably don't. And so when they come over to your house and whatever, it's a cool thing for them to be able to see. They know you take these trips. Hopefully you take these trips. Hopefully you're riding your bike across country and experiencing what America has to offer. But, when they're here, it gives them a chance. They know you're going on these trips. They hear about it. They see it on social media, whatever. This gives you a visual kind of just, holy shit, look at, I realize you rode there, but I didn't realize the magnitude of that until I see it kind of laid out like this. It also serves as a reminder to me. Every time that I walk in here, it's right above my bar. Every time I walk in here to pour a bourbon, I'm looking up and I'm thinking one of 2 things. I'm either looking at one of the routes and remembering something cool, funny, or interesting, or challenging that happened on that route, or I'm looking at what states don't have any pins in them yet, and how are we going to plan a ride that incorporates those states. So we still need to get these 2 on the West Coast. Still got to get Washington and Oregon. We got to get the Northeast. We've done nothing into New England. And the only thing in the South we haven't ridden in yet is Louisiana. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I hope that potentially gave you some ideas of products that you'd like to use on the motorcycle yourself. Always ride safe.